So hey y'all, it's 3:38 in the afternoon, y'all. I am waiting for my daughter to come out, so I have probably about, give or take, 15 or 20 minutes or so. I'm texting my sister like I always am. Hold on one second, y'all. Okay, yeah. So y'all, don't know if y'all remember this morning me talking about the dilemma with the shop and stuff like that, and like I was trying to figure out, like last night when I said I went in and was like trying to do inventory and all that stuff, and then I was trying to figure out what was going on. So I did end up speaking to my mom today, and I asked her like, hey, like I went into the system last night and was trying to like view the transactions, and I was trying to look at like inventory, etc., you know, X, Y, and Z. That's what I was like telling her. And so yeah, that's what I basically was telling her. And so she didn't know what was going on. She didn't know what was happening. So she was like, oh yeah, well, I thought that was you. So I'm just like, why would you think that it was me? Like, why would you think that I would go in the system and undo everything that I did? So come to find out, this employee, her name is Kiki, she got upset because my mom, like I said, my mom owed her about 130-ish, give or take, and then minus the fact that she basically took a display wig of mine, and I was just like, well, she has to pay for that display wig. Like, she didn't, like, you don't just take a display wig. Like, nobody told you could have it. You have to pay for that. So give or take minus that. So we'll just say the display wig was about $90. My mom owed her about $130. So like $60 minus that display wig. So for $60, she went into the system last night and deleted everything out, you guys. Like, she deleted all of the categories we had. She deleted like certain pieces of inventory that were put into the system. She deleted so much stuff. Like, she caused such an issue. And so when she got confronted today, before I came here to pick my daughter up, she got confronted, and so she sent my mom like this nasty text message. Now give it, y'all. I am not taking my mom out from responsibility, because this is a part of what me and my sister were talking about when we had this intervention with her, and we were telling her about employers not being friends with employees, and she got upset with us for that. But this is what we were talking about. I literally just told her like 2 or 3 days ago, hey, you need to go in the system and change the passwords and all this stuff, and take access away from this girl from having that type of, you know, access to go into the system and just be monitoring transactions. Like, she's no longer an employee. She basically, in a sense, she quit, but in a sense she was fired because she was no longer needed. And so I was like, hey, you need to go in and like change things up and take away access. So my mom didn't do it. She was just like making a bunch of excuses like, oh, well, I don't know how to do that. Oh, this, and the third. So the girl ended up having access to go into the system with the credentials that she had when she was an employee, and she deleted all inventory and everything out. So when she got confronted today, she sent my mom this message, and she was like, I can absolutely delete the work that I haven't been compensated for. I told you what was happening last night. And so I'm like, you can't do that. Like, there's a law against that, and the law is like 13-2316, computer tampering, venue, forfeiture, classification, etc. Like, I sent that to my mom, and I'm like, she cannot do that up under the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act. She cannot do that. So you cannot do that where you go in knowingly and just basically damage or delete files without authorization. You cannot do that as an employee. If she was still working at the gas station that she was working at beforehand, and she did some work when she first got there and she put in inventory for the gas station and all of that stuff. Just because the gas station employer owes her $130, she can't go back in the system when she's off the clock, number one, and just go in there and delete all the inventory out that she did for that employer. She cannot do that lawfully. So I was telling my mom, like, lawfully what she did was a crime, and you need to pursue a civil case, because what is happening now, you guys, is my mom is gonna have to close the shop down for a day or two, or however long it's gonna take her. She's gonna have to go back in the shop and recount every piece of inventory that's in there. And then not only recount every piece of inventory that's in the shop, she's going to have to go in the system now, go back into the Square system and re-input everything that the girl Kiki deleted out. So I was telling my mom, like, I hope and pray that you actually did what I told you to do, with having all employees that you hired sign the NDA agreements and all the other agreements, the non-compete, all of that. I hope that you really did listen and do that, because this girl went in because she was owed 100. Like, I get it. Your money is your money. I would be upset if somebody owed me money too, but I would not go into somebody's business and say, especially as a black person working for a black-owned business. Y'all already know that it's hard enough for us to get businesses, especially to get into the beauty supply store space. That's like an Asian-owned era. That's an Asian-owned market, 1,000%. So it's already hard enough for a black person to get into that space. So I would not, as a black employee or ex-employee that worked for a black-owned business, feel as if 130 or whatever amount of money that I feel like I'm owed, $60 or whatever, I would not go in there and sabotage that company by deleting all their files and making them have to start all over again and tell myself, oh, well, I had the right to do it because I put in that and that was work I didn't get paid for. Technically, bitch, you got paid for that work, because the stuff that you put into the system, you put that into the system when the shop first opened. So technically you got paid. So count your blessings, bitch. But I just tell you one thing, the type of shit that she did, y'all, it's going to take a couple of weeks, because my mom has gotten a lot more stuff in the store. So therefore, that means all that stuff has to be recounted. All that stuff has to be re-put into the system. And so she was like, oh, I have the right to do this and do that and delete the work that I did. Why don't you learn your own system now and re-put everything in? So it's just like, basically, I was telling my mom, all the stuff that you paid her for, you basically paid her for no reason, because she was able to go in and delete all of that stuff. So she basically got paid for work that she went and then backtrack and deleted. So it's just like, it's a lot going on, y'all, and I'm very annoyed. Like, I'm very fucking annoyed about that, because I'm just like, girl, you just don't know. Like, you just don't know, man. Like, it's a lot. It's already a lot going on. I already have a lot going on in my life. And then, like, to be dealing with stuff like this where I can't even keep track of the transactions, I have to go in now and try to figure out what was sold. I'm not there. Like, I'm not there. So to literally see on hand, because I can't really depend on my mom to just go in there by herself in a 3,400 plus square foot store and just, she has to redo all that stuff on her own. She has to, like, recount all that stuff on her own and try to figure out everything on her own. I can't really depend on her to do that, or expect for her to do that, without, you know, her feeling exhausted, because she already has like another job or two jobs on the side. So it's just that the girl really messed up a lot of things. I do wish that my mom would have listened to me, listened to my sister, and just like, I literally, y'all, I literally just told her like 2 days ago, literally, I swear to God, I told her like 2 days or so ago, hey, you need to go in and you need to change your password. You need to change that 4-digit PIN. You need to change that stuff so that this girl, because this girl has not turned the keys in. This girl has held the keys for like maybe like 3 weeks now. And so she was basically like, oh, I'm not turning your keys in until you pay my money. So my mom was like, oh, well, I'm just gonna go and get the locks redid. Get the locks redid for what? Like, tell sis if she don't turn the motherfucking keys in, she finna be subject to being sued for a $500 rekey fee. Like, all of that, going and get the locks redid and all that other stuff, yeah, that sounds good and everything, but like, this is you need to take sis to court. And then she was like mocking her, was like, oh, well, I'll just see you in court, huh, and all this stuff here, just LOL, you'll be all right, and all this stuff here. And so I'm like, and then like she was like, please stop texting me. And then like a couple minutes later, like when I was telling my mom to send her all of these law statutes and all of the different meanings and everything of what the actual criminal act was that she committed, she texted her back and was like, oh, it's so funny how you're talking about suing me, and you're talking about suing me, and you're really gonna try to go through with something like this. All the work that I did, girl, it ain't no talk. Like, it ain't no talk. What you did was diabolical. Like, you had no reason to do what you did. So I'm just like, y'all, I saw this video, and it's nothing against nobody, but I saw this video where that's to me, I feel like that's what's wrong with us as a people. That's what's wrong with black people. Why do we do this to each other? Because we would not do this to a white business. We would not do this to a Hispanic business. We would not do this to a Pakistani, a East Indian, or whatever business. We would not do this to the Asian business. We would not do this to those businesses. We only go far with these attitudes and these malicious acts and all of this stuff when it comes to somebody that looks like us. So that, in my opinion, that's what's wrong with us as a people. I saw a YouTuber that I follow where she was getting so much flack about saying that she chose to use white nurses because she read so many things saying that black nurses be leaking information and stuff like that, and she felt more comfortable, and people were coming for her in the comments saying like, oh, I'm a black nurse. It's not to say that it's anything against black nurses or it's not good black nurses. It's just that look what we do to each other as a people, and it's stuff that we do that we would never think about doing to any other race. We just only do it to each other. And so I'm just like, at this point, I'm not going to be unfair and say, because like I told y'all, we fired the white girl first. The white girl was the first one stealing and stuff. So it's not that it's isolated to one race, but come on, sis. I'm not saying you have to put up with anything. You don't have to put up with anything. I would have rather you take my mom to court and sue her for the little $100 and something or the $60 minus my goddamn wig you stole, bitch. But I would just say, I would have rather you took my mom to court versus do what you did, making it harder for us. Now she has to go and try to find somebody to help her put this stuff in, because I'm not there. My sister is not there. We have lives of our own. I live all the way in Texas. My sister lives in a whole different part that's about 3 or 4 hours away from where my mom stays. So we can't just jump up and go there and start helping her out with this shop. You know, it's just a lot, but I would never do something like that, especially to another black person's business. I just wouldn't do it. And so I say all that to say that it's just a lot, and it's just sad, and it's unfortunate. And even though she did what she did, I wish her nothing but the best, because she's still another young black sister out here trying to make it in the world. But like, sis, you was dead ass wrong for what you did. Despite that, like, if you hurting that bad, we it's a lot. I'm hurting. I'm hurting. I ain't got no motherfucking money like that. But bitch, I would never take that hurt or that brokenness or me needing money and go and sabotage a black owned business that's trying. You know what I'm saying? Especially one that offered you more than what you probably was making working for somebody else. So I'm just like, you know, I just don't get it. But y'all, that's like the update and what happened from earlier today, and it's just a shame. It's sad. So yeah, that's what we're going through. Y'all can let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Like, you don't have to agree. We can agree to disagree, but just let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. What would y'all have done? How would y'all have felt? Do y'all feel that it's right or justified because she was owed some money or whatever? Do you feel like she should have took it to court, you know, or whatever? Or do y'all feel like it was justified? She should have went in and deleted whatever past work that she did or however. So just let me know what y'all think. But like, y'all, my personal opinion, girl, you was dead ass wrong for that. Because you not only deleted the work that you felt like you done, but you deleted my work. You deleted other people's work that were paid, that was paid to do certain things. You went and deleted other people's jobs. So you didn't just delete your stuff, you deleted everybody's stuff, and that ain't right. So I'm just a little bit annoyed, y'all. I'm sitting here, I'm waiting for my daughter to come out. Like, probably got about, I don't know, give or take about 6 or 7 more minutes. But that was just a little update, y'all, and stuff. And yeah, we'll see what happens from there. Like, I'm really considering now. I know that I'm glad that I am pulling my stuff out of the shop, like certain things, but now I'm just like, I'm really just like, whatever. Like, I'm being completely honest with y'all. I'm just like, whatever. Like, whatever. I like the hedge right here. I want to get a picture in front of that hedge. We got some. Hello. Hello. Get you some candy. Happy Halloween. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's go get some more stuff. Excuse me. That was so cool. It does. This is our first time walking on this little strip, so you should take in the moment. Yeah? You got some more candy? Uh-oh. Oh.
Drop, thank you.
Oh, we should have went down there. Feel myself. Yeah, so I am out trick-or-treating with my daughter. We are at this place called the Strawberry Patch. Oh, thank you. I didn't know they didn't have any. We're at this place called the Strawberry Patch. They didn't have any candy, so we're gonna go ahead and go. We're gonna come back and go to the fire department, but there's a lot more other places to stop, so we are on our way there. Hi. Stuff over there at that barn. Should we go over there?
Yeah, and you're gonna come with me.
Yeah, I'll come with you. It does. You guys, so throughout this segment, we just kind of walked around this little town that we came in to do some trick-or-treating or whatever. I took my daughter to every little shop they had. It was actually a really cute little town. So we kind of drove about 40 minutes to get here. So you'll just see us walking around this town. There's a lot of people here. It was kind of awkward, so I didn't want to be like recording. So you will see a lot of like down because there's a lot of kids and stuff around, as you can see, and I didn't want to just be recording everybody's children, you know, and things like that. Even though they are in costume, I didn't, you know, ask anyone just to see if they felt comfortable with having their kids on camera. So I got as much footage as I could. So if you guys see a lot of our feet and a lot of like, you know, just me casually turning the camera around and you may see me or something like that, just know that it's because of that reason, because there were a lot of children, a lot of families out, and I didn't want to just have the camera all over everyone's kids, you know, and things. We are not familiar with this town and we're not from this area, so we didn't want to, you know, cause any issues for ourselves, especially being in an unauthorized spot. But yeah, that's what we're doing. So throughout the rest, you'll just see me and my daughter walking around, just gathering up candy from different spots. And yeah, it was pretty interesting. She even saw some people that she knew from school, which is crazy. So yeah, so we probably weren't the only ones that came to this little festival. It was just a coincidence. So yeah. There you go. Go. I'm gonna stand here right here. Hi, happy Halloween. Good. Get you one. Thank you. We can go out this way. Go this way. This is so cute. I like this. And then there's a house right here. Oh my God, this is so cool. We haven't never been back here. We parked way over there. Like literally all the way over there. I'm trying to get your bag filled up because we're gonna leave from here and go to the other neighborhood by your school. We're trying to fill up. I think this is the last house on this block.
Yeah, then we can go back.
Yeah, and then we can start.
It's just me. I don't really have a phobia, like, the 2023 of eating the Halloween candy, and I didn't eat it all, basically, like, until like late November, because I feared, like, it being competitive.
Yeah.
It's
It's so cute. I like this house. Now their house is decorated to the T. Like they really got into like the Halloween spirit. Seriously. How cute. It's
Looky there.
They really got into the spirit of Halloween, honey. Yeah, they really got into it. We should have stopped. We should have stopped by the firefighters on our way back because we gotta pass them anyway. Yeah, we can stop by the firefighters and see if they got. No, we didn't get any candy from the firefighters.
Hi, Kim. Hi, Kim.
Oh my God, your friends! Not your friends saying hi, Kim. That's so crazy. I got that on camera. Like, hi, Kim.
Let's go back.
Hey, Dana.
Casey, this way, son. Let's
Go.
do this.
Oh, no problem.
There he is.
Hi. Good. How are you? Thank you. Come on. That was so.
To get Halloween candy.
Why did the chicken cross the road to get some extra candy?
Yeah, it's like to the on the other side.
So funny. My hair looks a mess, y'all.
Do you want to
So
go to the fire?
it's up here. We're gonna go up there. You want me to get in front?
Yeah.
All right. We're on our way to go to find the fire department so we can get. Yeah, my outfit is cheetah. Y'all know that. Like, y'all know the vibe. Y'all know the vibe when it comes to me. Like, that's my outfit. That's my MO. So, yeah. I'm going to have my daughter take a picture of me soon. Sorry about the glare, but I'm going to have her take a picture of me soon when we get somewhere safe. But right now, it's not safe. Y'all see us a lot of traffic, so it's not safe. But we're on our way to another neighborhood.
Do they have food?
So this little bridge right here was the only way to get back to where we parked. As y'all can see, like the other side is the road, and then people literally started walking in the road because the bridge was so thin. It was a really pretty view over there, but yeah, we had to hurry up and get back to the car, honey, because it was just too much going on, too many people, and it was starting to get dark. And then we actually headed back towards our area where we live at, more towards Austin. And that was about 40 minutes, and we went to this other neighborhood that was over there closest by my daughter's school. And y'all, this lady was being so freaking nosy. She was so loud, so drunk. Y'all are gonna see that coming up in the next scene when we go to that neighborhood. But she was so loud, so drunk, asking us where did we live at, as if we weren't supposed to be over there, like we were somehow out of order, honey. But yeah, y'all will see that coming up next. The musty comment is insane. Kima, you can take my picture like right here. Okay.
We have bought a cat and
As much as you want.
a bunny.
A bunny. Yep.
A bunny.
A cat, little bunny. Hi, puppy.
That's Harley. Say hi.
And then
And
their
we have
buckets down
plenty,
here.
so help yourself.
Thank you so much.
Where do you guys live?
Happy Halloween. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You got it? Not you being picky.
It's okay. There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I won't be able to eat it. Okay. I just don't want any with peanut because
Okay, y'all. So surprisingly, he wasn't rude or mean this morning. So I don't know which one that was. I don't know if that was y'all know that character, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. I don't know if this was the Mr. Hyde or the Dr. Jekyll. I don't know which one is which. Which one is the evil one, y'all? Let me know in the comments. Which one is the evil side? Is it the Dr. Jekyll that's the evil side, or the Mr. Hyde? And then which one is the nice side? Is it Dr. Jekyll or is it the Mr. Hyde? I probably could look that up, but he surprisingly was not on his, well, he was on his Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde today, because yesterday he literally was like being super rude last night. He had fell asleep, y'all. He was dead ass fucking asleep. And then he fell asleep and just woke up to use the bathroom. It was like midnight or something like that. And of course, I'm often like on my phone. If I'm not like editing videos, I'm, just kind of like looking on YouTube and stuff like that. Or I'm creating like outfits, ideas, things, whatever pops up into my head, that's what I do. So because he had fell asleep, we started off like watching this movie. I forgot what it was called, but it was like this prison movie. We started off watching that, and then he ended up going to sleep. And so once he fell asleep, I got in my phone, and so he rolled over to use the bathroom. And so once he got finished, he got back in the bed, and he was just like, "Oh, I hate phones. Phones was the worst thing that they could have made, especially for Black women. Y'all getting those phones destroy y'all relationships, especially social media and all this stuff." And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I really don't even be on social media like that unless we are speaking about YouTube and me posting my videos, but I don't get on social media like that. So, I don't know what you're talking about, but he was really rude about it, and he went to sleep ranting about how Black women destroy households because of their use of social media and stuff. And I'm just like, sir, just go back to sleep, But anyway, surprisingly, he was not rude this morning. Y'all, I am going to, and excuse the way my apartment looks. This is always like this, always like this stuff here is stuff that I try to wash, that I've washed. And I fold it and I try to put it away in the drawers, and he starts complaining like, "You wash my clothes, don't put my work clothes away." So where do you want them to be at? Like, they don't belong here. So they're constantly here in the living room. And then right up here on the counter area, he keeps all of his stuff here. So when I clear all of this stuff off, the coffee cups, all that stuff, he comes and puts it right back up here. So y'all, if y'all see mess like here and things here, just know that that's not the way I keep things when I'm here by myself, when he spends the night or so in the truck, if he does decide to sleep over in the truck. But for the most part, he's been coming back home every day, so
he doesn't stay there. So all of his junk, it stays on the counter and right there on the couch. And I just hate it. I hate that for me. But yeah, but anyways, y'all, I'm about to get stuff prepared for what I'm gonna cook for today. Don't really know what I'm gonna cook for today, but I'm gonna try to see what I can find and scrounge up. And yeah, and I'll talk to y'all when I look better than this. And I'm gonna check on my daughter. Hello.
You just buzzed the front gate. Thank God you came. How many more days could I wait? I made plans with you, and I won't let them fall through. I think I lie for you. I think I die for you. Jealousy cry for you. Do things when you want me to. Like controller. Yeah, like controller. Yeah. Okay, you like it when I get aggressive. Tell you to go slow.
Well, hey, good morning, y'all. It is, what time is it, give or take? Y'all, it's 10 o'clock on the dot. So it's 10 a.m. on the dot. Today is Monday, November the 3rd. So y'all, I'm about to finally make me a smoothie. So I finally have me a blender. As I told y'all before, I got me a blender. And like, I'm just finally finna make me a smoothie. So I did pick up, y'all, some Medjool dates. So I got these. I didn't get the ones, I got the whole ones. I didn't get the ones that were already pitted because they were literally almost $3 more than these. And I can just open them up and take the seed out myself. But y'all know, if y'all have been with me for a minute, y'all know my choice of smoothie blend packs are these right here, the Fresh Success. I don't think these are vegan or anything. It does say that it contains bioengineered food ingredients, so it's not vegan. It is probably a processed food more than likely, but I did pick up some different flavors. Where is it at? Oh yeah, I did pick up different flavors. So I'm thinking about doing chocolate today. I just feel like a chocolate mood, but then at the same time, I was like, I don't know, because I actually want to make me a blue smoothie today. I haven't had a blue smoothie in a long time. So I was thinking about just using like the banana pack so that the blue can come through in the smoothie, but I don't know. But I did pick up a new flavor. So the flavors I have that I normally use is the strawberry, of course, and then the banana one also. And then I also like the chocolate banana, which is what I was talking about using. And excuse my nails, I took my press-ons off. And then the new one that I wanted to try is this one right here, the tropical pineapple. This is the one that I wanted to try today, but I'm like, I don't have any pineapples like to make this a thing, so I don't know. But this one does say pineapples are excellent source of vitamin C, so I'm assuming that there's some vitamin C benefits in here. It does not say that, so maybe they just were giving you a fact, like they're telling you when you add pineapples in here that that's the type of benefits you'll get. I don't know, but y'all, I'm a little bit concerned also because my daughter, she texted me, and that's who I was like waiting to see if she would be able to respond back, because y'all know Texas has the no phones in school law and all that stuff, so she has to kind of like text me in between when she can. But she was like telling me that she had fell and kind of hurt her stomach. Her stomach was hurting a bit, but I called up there to the school, and the nurse, the assistant said that she did come see the nurse, and she got examined and sent back to school. Sent back to class, but like, I do take into account that this is an all-white school, and her nurse's attitude, to me, it kind of stinks, so I really don't like her nurse's attitude that much. But
like at the same time, I'm not there to know what treatments happen, and I'm gonna believe my child 100%. But also, I know my child, and I was just telling her, like, she misses a lot of days of school, and she misses a lot of days of school because she has asthma. So I was telling her that you cannot continue to keep missing school. If you're going to keep missing school, you might as well just go back to being homeschooled. And that's what I was like saying, like, because you're missing so much school, it's going to cause you to fail. So like they basically sent her back to class and was telling her that she needed to try and stay in class and stay in school, which is the truth. And you know, kids at times will, because they don't like the response that they're getting, they tend to kind of interpret it as, oh, she was being mean, she was this, you know, but that's what's going on. So I'm just kind of on the lookout. I told her that she needs to try to make it through 4th period, and then if you still feel really bad after that, then just go to the office and ask to call home, because they can't deny you, but you really need to try to make it through to like 4th period. Hold on, y'all. Let me get something so I can plug this up, because I want to blend it right here so y'all can see me like make my smoothie today. Okay, so I have pulled out everything that I'm going to use. Y'all, I'm still confused. Still don't know what I'm going to actually use or what type of smoothie I'm going to make. But I do have my ice, just a little bit of ice. So I'm going to add that in here. And then in here, I have like some vanilla flavored coconut ice cream. I just like it because it makes my smoothie a little bit more thick, like richer and stuff. So I'm going to just add some ice to this. Probably try to add like the smaller pieces of ice, so there are like some chunks in here. But I like a lot of ice, and I like a lot of thickness into my smoothie. So I am gonna, let's see, that's a bit, those are too big, like big pieces. So yeah, I'm just gonna add those in. Put that back. And then y'all, I have some frozen fruits here, like these frozen fruits that I got from the store, like, and we didn't finish them. And so instead of like letting them go to waste and throw them out, I just froze them. So I'm gonna add like a couple pieces in here. I have some, these are strawberries. What is these? Strawberries, blueberries. I have some peaches in here. I have some plums, but I'm not gonna add all that. I'm just gonna add like a couple strawberries and a couple of blueberries to the mix. Oh, well, I'm gonna add these just because they came off. Those are plums. So I'm just gonna add like some strawberries and some blueberries and maybe 1 or 2 pieces of like plums that are just present. So I'm trying to push this back down. This is not gonna close. This is not gonna close because the blueberries are sitting on top. Let me find something to, we're just gonna add those plums in there because they're on top. Hold on, y'all, let me find something. We're gonna put these blueberries inside of like a Ziploc bag. I used to keep all my fruits like frozen inside Ziploc bags anyway, like at my other house. So I'm just gonna pop these little blueberries in this bag, and then we're gonna put them back in the freezer. Okay, and we're gonna put this back in the freezer. So these are gonna freezer. And then we also have some bananas that I froze also. Like, instead of letting y'all fruit go bad, like if you know you're not gonna finish the fruit, you can either freeze it and make like compote, which is that Russian fruit drink, or you can make like these little baggies of fruit and have it for like a smoothie or something if you are into that. But let me put this back in here. Okay, so that's that. And so I have, I'm gonna bring this over so y'all can see a little bit better. So here we have the, let's get this to focus. Okay, here it is. So here we have all of the contents, like all the fruits here. I normally would put the fruits on the bottom, but I did it in a wonky order. But we got our fruits here, we have our ice, we have our coconut ice cream. I'm gonna add the coconut milk, and the coconut milk that I'm using, I do not like regular milk. So the coconut milk that I'm using is the So Delicious. It's the organic coconut milk. This one is the unsweetened vanilla flavor. And I normally don't like this So Delicious brand, but it was the only one that I could find at this local grocery store. So I picked that up. And then for some sweetness, so I don't have to really add much sugar, I'm just gonna add maybe probably like 2 medjool dates. So I pitted these dates myself already. Can y'all see that? If it'll focus, yeah, y'all see that? I took the pits out already. So I'm just going to throw those in just so I can have like a little bit of sweetness to my smoothie. Probably will add one more. Because these right here, y'all, the medjool dates, they're also a good source of fiber. Yes, 14% fiber in these. Yeah, 14% fiber in these medjool dates. So they're a really good source of fiber. If you are having issues like using the restroom or need to like re-regulate your digestive, those are good for that. And then I just want to show y'all this. I'm probably not gonna have a blue smoothie today, just because. But this right here is my blue powder. Let me open it up. Hopefully it doesn't fly everywhere, but y'all see, this is my blue powder, and this is just like a seaweed, like it's a blue seaweed. It makes everything really, really pretty, and this is like the natural color. Nobody dyed it. It just comes like this. You can look it up. I forgot the name of this particular brand. Let me see if I can find the package. Hold on. Okay, y'all, well, that was an absolute fail in my life. I don't know what I did with the package. I must have threw it away like when I emptied into here. Excuse me. Excuse me. But yeah, I must have threw it away. So we're just gonna move on to everything else. But y'all, you can just Google this. Excuse me, you can just Google this powder if you're interested, and if I am able to find it or find the link, I'll just leave it below, so don't worry about that. So if I do find it, it'll be linked below. But yeah, this is my smoothie mix here. So I don't really measure how much coconut milk or whatever I put in here, and I don't add sugar. I don't like to add sugar because the medjool dates and the fruits and the packet and all of that is going to be sweet enough. It's going to make it sweet enough. So I'm just going to, and this is pretty thick. That's why I don't like this particular brand of coconut milk, because I don't like a super thick coconut milk. It's not my favorite. So I'm going to add just a little bit of water to this. Like just a little water. I'm going to add to that. And then I'm like, do I really want chocolate? Like, I'm probably gonna do, yeah, I'm gonna just do chocolate. We're gonna make this chocolate. So I'm gonna add, I have that pack, and then I'm gonna just utilize this other half a pack, because I have some open like half packs that I've been using over time. So I'm just going to, because I don't like to waste the packets and stuff, but I'll just save them. So I'm going to add half of that pack, and then I'm also going to add a little bit of the banana, because I want like a banana taste. Even though that's chocolate banana, I'm going to add more banana. So now that I have that like this, I'm just going to lock this top on here. Make sure the top is down. And then we're going to make sure that focuses, and then we're gonna go ahead and blend. So I'm putting it on the Puree Smoothie Icy Drink. So we're gonna do that. So it's basically blended all up to my liking. Like, y'all, I will say I don't like how hard it is to get the top off. It's like pros and cons. Like, I like the fact that it's secure. It is loud. It's supposed to be a silent maker, but it's definitely not silent. It's loud. So that is something to be aware of. But y'all, I save my McDonald's cups. Like when I go and get like iced coffees and stuff like that from McDonald's, I do save my cups. And then I use my cups for things like this smoothie. So let's just take my smoothie, and this is the consistency that I like right here for a smoothie. I like this type of consistency here. Oh wow, it's messy. But this is like the consistency and how it looks or whatever. But it's good. It could be sweeter. I won't lie, it could be sweeter in my opinion, but it's okay for what I'm trying to do it for. So normally y'all, like, and then I have some leftover, which I will probably like freeze or something like that. But I probably will have 2 of these today, like 2 of these smoothies. So I will have 2 of these today. And that will be like a little substitute on like specific things. Like if I was going to stop at McDonald's and get a bacon, egg, and cheese or something like that, or not bacon, egg, and cheese, egg and cheese or something like that, I would, you know, substitute that for 1 of these or 2 of these. Or if I was going to, you know, get like a cheeseburger or whatever, instead of getting the cheeseburger, I'll just have 2 of these shakes for the day, and then the only thing that I'll end up eating is dinner or whatever I may cook if I eat that, or I may end up eating a salad, or I may end up eating a soup. So like it just really depends on like my mood and what I'm actually wanting to do, because y'all, there's some days that I don't even eat. Like there's some days I don't even want to eat food at all. So instead of doing that, I just have a smoothie. It's good. It's good. It's really good. I like it. Instead of doing that and not having any food to eat, I'll just have a smoothie or something like that to kind of balance it out, because you know I've heard that it's not good to not have any food. But because I'm trying to lose weight, I did this before where I did a soup, salad, and smoothie diet. So for months, like soup, salad, smoothie, and I lost a lot of weight. I felt good. My digestive was on track, you know, and things like that. You just pick the soups. You can either buy soups. Like I bought the New England clam chowder, or you can make soups, because you can always make vegetable soups. You can always make beef soups if you are into like eating beef. You can make chicken soup. Like you can make your own soup. You don't have to just buy store-bought soups. It's probably better for you to make your own soup anyway. This week I don't have any soups made. I'm trying to figure out if I really want to do that, like make any soups, but this week I don't have any soups made. And then I'm even thinking about making like a crab soup, like some sort of a creamy crab soup. I don't know. I'm gonna think of something, because I have some Dungeness crab in there, and instead of me like putting it in the oven and having to do all that with like sitting down and eating it that way, I'm thinking like, should I put the Dungeness crab, like I can still cook it and then just break it open, take all the meat out, and make like some sort of a creamy crab type soup. I don't know. I would have to look it up, because if that's the case, I can kind of like use the base from the clam chowder soup and mix in the crab with it and make something like that. So I was thinking, should I make that, or should I do like a chicken noodle type soup? But I'm not really into that. So I just have to be realistic with myself in the menu that I want, because even with the salads, you can always like get I have some videos, like not videos specifically for that, but I think I did make some shorts or something showing all the greens that I got for like certain salads that I would make and mix up, so you can put all types of stuff in it. Like I used to use chocolate peppers, I would put red onion, I would put jalapeno, you could put broccoli, you can put tomatoes, you can put red pepper, green pepper, yellow peppers, just whatever you want in the salad, cucumbers, all of that stuff. You can chop all of that stuff up and put it in a salad and just make different salads to bounce in between. You can have kale salads, you can have like Caesar salad with romaine, or you can just have an all-out veggie salad with all the veggies I just mentioned and just combine it into one and then add some craisins into it. So I used to really be into making a lot of different salads, and I have them in some vlogs from before, and I also have like maybe 1 or 2 videos where I've made like my ultimate 6 green salad or something like that on some shorts, so you can watch that and see like what greens I bought and chose. But yeah, I'm gonna stop yapping and I'm going to go ahead and drink my smoothie, put the rest of that away before it starts to like really melt. And I don't know, y'all, like I'll just see y'all a little later. My daughter did text me back okay, so hopefully she'll be okay, and I'm gonna contact her dad and let him know what's going on, and I will see y'all later. It's a ray of sun coming in here. So hey you guys, good afternoon. I'm actually at the school picking my daughter, well, not picking my daughter up, waiting to pick my daughter up, y'all. It's currently like 3:17. I'm waiting for my daughter. She did make it through the day, so I'm really proud of her for that, for making it through the day, because she did say that she got hurt or whatever. So I brought her some I just brought like some Tylenol for her, and I got her like a water or whatever. So I got her like some Tylenol and a water, so that when she does come out, she can you know, take that, and hopefully it will help her out. Y'all, let me show y'all something. So I was so hungry, y'all. Like, I brought my peanuts and I actually finished all my peanuts. This is crazy. Like, I brought my peanuts and I finished my peanuts. I've never really done that before, like with just like finishing like all my peanuts. I normally will have like peanuts left over, and I'm gonna spray this out into the air because, like I told y'all, I am so into cherry. Like, I've been into cherry. Like, the old cherry has been my favorite for anything that I, you know, any dupe or expensive thing that I want to get. But I have been so into cherry for this fall, and so into these colors. I even have on like my tank top. Let me show y'all my tank top. Like, I even have on like my what is this, burgundy-ish colored tank top. I hate this little glare, like I hate that. But I even have on like my burgundy-ish like tank top or whatever while sitting here waiting. But after this, I'm gonna see if my daughter is up to it, or if she's feeling okay. Let me see if I can sit y'all up. Hold on. Okay, y'all, so we're just gonna have to kind of like sit it right here. I can't really hide the glare like that y'all see coming from the ray of light like in the back seat, so I can't hide that. I'm sorry, y'all. And then this wig, honey, this wig is gonna get shifted. That's one thing about it. But after this, y'all, I am going to have to stop by probably 2 places, because I'm gonna have to get some ice for my husband. I have been telling him I think that he needs to get checked for anemia, like low iron or something, because the way that he eats ice is kind of insane. And he probably needs to get checked for like high blood pressure and diabetes or whatever. Like, he needs to get checked for certain things. And then I'm gonna have to stop by Brookshire to get like some hamburger buns, maybe a lettuce or whatever, just something to be able to like make hamburgers tonight. Again, probably get some more french fries, because that's what I'm going to make. And then probably pick up like some coleslaw or whatever, because that's basically it. Like, I only have like a $44 budget on the card that I have, so I absolutely cannot go over that budget. And yeah, that's basically what I'm gonna be doing. And then we're gonna go home because my daughter, like, her stomach and stuff like that, so I need to check on her and make sure she's okay. But yeah, other than that, that's all that's going on. And then, you guys, Navy, the reason I don't have anything but $44 to like spare to spend is because my cards, Navy Federal sent us a letter saying that they're basically going to close our account, our business account, because our personal account is not in good standing. And just remembering and speaking on this, I actually need to check the message to see what they replied back to, because they were saying that per the policy, which they're entitled to their policy, our personal accounts have to be in good standing and stuff like that. Now, mind you, we've had this business account with them for like 8 years, since going on 8 years, since 2018. That's when we first opened it. And like, for them to basically just close the account, like, oh, well, your personal isn't in good standing, because when the economy took a shift back in like 2021, basically, when Joe Biden was in office, we pretty much took a hard hit. Like, y'all, we took such a hard hit. Let me give y'all an example. We went from grossing in yearly $287,000 a year to now we're barely touching $90,000, and we're almost at the end of the year. So just if you guys can understand that, almost 300,000, and we went all the way down to barely touching 90,000. And then when we were at the 300,000 mark, almost, with 760 plus credit scores, we still couldn't get approved for a home loan. They still wouldn't give us a home loan. At first, the excuse was, oh, your credit score was too low. So I worked my ass off to get our credit scores up high. And then once we got up high, it was like, oh, well, you're self-employed. That's not guaranteed income. We really don't have loans for people with self-employment. If we are able to do any type of loan, you're going to have to put between 20 to 30% down, you know, stuff like that. So we started trying to save up for the 20 to 30%, but then the actual situations we were in, where we were renting, and then the owner would decide, the first owner decided at the last minute that, oh, we want to sell the house. And so we were trying to scramble to buy the house, even applied for loans, got denied, you know, and with the, like I said, the 20 to 30%, this was like last minute stuff. So we had no choice but to get into another lease agreement to rent a house. So we ended up renting the house, which is the last one we just moved out of. And then we stayed there for 4 years, and then within that 4 years, we weren't able to save the way we wanted to because of rent. And then all the other extra bills. Then we had car notes and car insurances and etc. And so during that exact same time, that's when Biden took in office, and the actual industry that my husband was in just started plummeting. And then they basically inserted all of this illegal immigration, and then they were basically just giving them CDL license like a person is handing out candy on Halloween. So it's just like they were just letting them get in and flood the industry out. And I feel as if, and so does my husband, that it was their tactic and their way of implementing certain systems, such as these AI generated systems that will, because, you know, immigrants come over here, and it's no disrespect to them, but they come over here ignorant. They come over here with just the knowledge of, this is a new country, the currency in this country is higher than the currency in my country, so I'm just going to work for whatever amount of money that I can get and send it back to my family, send it back to my country, and it converts over to higher dollars to help take care of their family. So they don't give a damn about what they're disrupting over here. It probably isn't their intention. They just don't care. They don't care what they're disrupting here, because the only thing that's on their mind is the dollar here is higher than the dollar there. And so
when they started to let them flood in the industry with just offering them CDLs with no restrictions, it took my husband a lot to get his CDL. Like, he had to go through schooling, he had to go through all types of things. He had to even pay, he had to pay like over $5,000+ for him to be able to take the classes and actually go to CDL school when he first started out. And then every however many years, he has to recertify certain things, take more tests, like to make sure that his hazmat is up to date, to make sure that, you know, his credentials are up to date. So everything that he had to go through just for someone else to come and just get gifted that, like, here you are, you don't have to go through all of this, here, just get it. It's a slap in the face. It's a slap in the face for not only him but other American truck drivers. So I say all this to say this: during that administration, our income went down so much where we weren't able to basically almost afford life. We weren't able to afford anything really, except for to try to maintain what we had. We lost a lot of things. We lost the truck. We lost like all of our credit cards that I worked hard to build up. We lost like, we just lost credibility for our business, where I helped build up business credit for his business. We lost a lot during that last administration, and we probably will never get that stuff back. So I mean, I'm not gonna say never, but it's going to be a lot for us to wipe all of this stuff off. And then these creditors, they don't care, they don't understand. They know, like, they're in the know, they're in the circle, they know what happened, but they don't care. So it's like, now we're up in these ages of encroaching on 40s and 50s and all that stuff, and we have never owned a home. We've been working so hard to try to own a home. We've been working so hard to get our credit together, all of that stuff. And just for us to get kicked all the way back down to the bottom where we started from back in 2018, back in 2017. And then Navy Federal is closing our accounts, you know, just ending our relationships because, oh, your personal is this and it's not of any fault of ours. We didn't just wake up one morning and say, hey, you know what? After doing all of this stuff for 3 to 4 years, going through everything we went through, I just don't want to pay my bills anymore. Like, who does that? So, it's just really a shame. It's really annoying, and like, I just pray that some sort of a justice is able to come about for people who had to go through what we went through, as well as some sort of a justice for us. But yeah, but anyways, y'all, I am about to cut this AC on. It is currently 3:41, so my daughter comes out in a few minutes. I've been yapping for like 20 minutes. I'm sorry, y'all. That was like a long-winded rant, so I do apologize. But I just hope that my story and experience helps with someone else. If y'all went through the same thing, feel free to, let's discuss it. If you are not, you know, like, if it's too personal, you don't have to put that stuff in the comments. Like, y'all can message me privately or whatever. But I've just been going through a lot, and that's one of the other reasons why I wanted to get a job, you know, and things like that, to try and help rebuild, or at least attempt to help with some of the, like, paying for some of the debts, try to pay some of these debts down. But it's like, America is nothing more than a debt country. Like, they thrive off of you being in debt. So it's just a lot, y'all, and it's a lot of unfairness, it's a lot of injustice in this country, and I wish that I could uproot my family and we just go somewhere else where we're appreciated more and where our hard work actually pays off. But that's not in our plans right now. So in the meantime, what I am gonna do is find out what I can find out to help myself. If I don't come back in Brookshire, I'll see y'all like a little bit later or tomorrow or something like that.